Alright guys, here's the deal. The last video, you guys absolutely killed it. We hit like #1 out of the last 10 videos I uploaded by a large margin. I'm talking thousands of views. Thank you guys so much for that. And to say thank you for that, if we get this video to 500 likes, I'm gonna DIY at home tune a flame throwing two-step on the full send turbo Civic. So if you guys wanna see the full send turbo Civic shoot humongous flames, get this video 500 likes, and we're gonna light some shit on fire. Welcome back to another video. I'm Boosted John, and in today's video, you're gonna see the full send turbo Civic go for its first drive and hit boost for the first time on this new full send motor. Now trust me, I know you're excited to see it drive because I'm excited to drive it. But first, we have some issues to sort out. Alright, so we got a pretty decently large issue on our hands right now. The ECU is throwing two codes. One is for intake air temperature sensor and one is for engine coolant temperature sensor. The intake air temperature sensor, I realized I just had plugged into the wrong sensor. Like I had the wrong plug plugged into the wrong sensor, so I just switched around a few plugs. That code's gone. The engine coolant temperature sensor is a separate issue though. So I've already started to do some wiring repair. But here's the old plug. I just cut the red side off, but the green side broke, and this connector was not doing anything. So I got a new plug, and I'm in the process of soldering it onto the old wires, and then we're going to see if we can get that code to go away. All right, now that ain't pretty, but it should work. Oh man, is it the wrong plug? No, that's the right plug. All right, so after plugging on the laptop, clearing the codes and starting a data log, it appears that engine coolant temp is functioning properly. I switched the map plug on the TPS plug and it seems like TPS is functioning properly now. Sweet. And map seems right. Only time will tell on that one. The only one that I'm still trying to figure out is intake air temperature. What's up with that? Also air fuel ratio not working. I don't know if it's the sensor. See, like this says sense. That's reading 0. That's strange. So intake air temp, we gotta figure out. I got a pretty quick and easy fix for that though. Starting off with all these electrical issues was discouraging to say the least. Narrowing it down to just 2 sensors though, did make me feel quite a bit more optimistic about the situation. All right, so on my setup, I have an intake air temperature sensor under the intercooler piping right there. That's what I've been using. I had it plugged into there, but I switched it over to this one that came with the intake manifold, and now it's working. Check it out. Intake air temperature, 74 degrees. Engine coolant temperature, 73 degrees. Seems about right to me because it's pretty hot out, or it's getting hot out at least. Throttle position's working, battery, voltage. The only thing that I don't have is air fuel ratio at this point. And with all these other sensors being bad, I gotta just imagine that it's just the sensor being bad. So I was using my old tune from when I used to have a B18B in this car with a turbo on it, and I realized back then I had a stock map sensor. So I just updated the tune with the aftermarket map sensor, and here we are. All sensors are working except for the O2, and I think the O2 is just bad. Oof, lots of black smoke. Rough idle usually means we got way too much fuel, also known as running rich. Now this is a problem, but it can easily be solved with a little bit of tuning. All right, after hours and hours and hours of fidgeting with sensors, wiring, all the stuff that we don't like to talk about or deal with, the car seems to be running great. My wideband wasn't working, I threw in a new sensor, thank you to Rudd's Racing. I saw that it was running super rich, so I pulled some fuel. Now it's idling perfectly at 14:1, and guess what, boys? Woo, doggy! all I gotta do now is clean up my workspace, get the car in the ground, and we're on our way to ripping some fat two-wheel Bernies, boys. Freaking Bernie, bro. I'm clearly extremely excited to get driving, but we run into yet another issue. My rear drum brakes are completely seized. But you guys know this car isn't called the half-cent turbo Civic, so a quick full-cent solution was the answer to this problem. After 5 months of this car sitting, after blowing up the previous motor, this was the coolest moment for me because I finally got to see all my hard work starting to pay off. I see the Civic sitting right next to the S2000 and it's actually running. I can't believe my eyes. I'm on cloud 9 right now, boys.
Do you want to see the car? Come see the car. Okay, Taz's reaction. Taz, what do you think?
Boy, that looks scary.
Does it look scary? Look! Whoa!
Car making it up and down the street without breaking down and actually being able to run and drive was such a W. I couldn't believe it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to just get into some boost and start ripping this thing. It deserves a beating, that's for sure, because it's been putting a beating on me for the last few months. It feels good. Oh, it's not leaking. Dude, this is like, honestly, it feels so smooth. I felt like it used to be more rough. Like, it feels pretty good. Oh, dude, I'm driving this to work tomorrow. I want to go fast. Dude, look at us go!
No.
Alright, so far, oh, the speedometer does work! W! Speedometer works, AFR'S are looking great, we're at like 13, 14 to 1 while cruising, which is perfectly safe for right now. I'm so excited, this motor is about to be so fun, boys. Guys, that was the first drive. It was such a success. I think I even got into a little bit of boost at one point. Nothing crazy, if I did it was like just above vacuum. But guys, it was fantastic. No leaks. AFR'S are like pretty much spot on. They're a little rich, but that's perfect. I want it to be rich right now. We're gonna take it out again and we're going to start doing some street tuning. My laptop is having an issue, so I couldn't bring it with on this drive. I gotta fix my laptop, and then we can take the laptop out and do some street tuning. Laptop in a Civic, let's go. Alright, so starting the car after it's been heat soaked and sitting for a while went absolutely flawlessly. Car fired right up, no problem. And now it's time for ascend. Finally, time for ascend. Just hooked up the blow-off valve that hasn't been hooked up yet. I'm gonna try to get into boost for the first time, just a little bit. And I'm gonna watch the AFR'S very closely and see what they look like. I also turned the boost controller all the way down, so we shouldn't make much boost. Like, I'm not gonna hit peak boost. I just wanna see what the AFR'S do when we get into it. So here we go. First try. Dude, that was definitely boost, and you know what? The AFR'S were like perfect. That's a turbo Civic, baby! Dude, we just hit boost in a car that isn't even technically tuned yet, and it didn't even blow up. Well, at least not yet, it didn't. Uh-oh. There's oil on my windshield. You guys can't see it, but something's leaking. All right, let's see if we can figure out what's spraying. Is it this? There's oil there. There's oil there. It's coming in front of the valve cover. I assume it's gotta be the oil feed for the turbo, right? I imagine either the turbo itself is blown and is spraying oil, or the oil feed gasket needs to be replaced. Because there's a lot of oil residue on the turbine housing, like the turbo core. Wrong. I just forgot to install the dipstick. And there's a lot of oil coming out of the valve cover too. But, dude, overall, huge success. We just hit boost. I don't know how much, but we hit boost. God, I'm never gonna get sick of this. Dude, I'm literally so happy. Please don't forget to subscribe with the bell turned on. Leave a comment down below what you want to see me do in the next video. If this video gets 500 likes, you know the next videos are gonna be me shooting flames. And honestly, I think like something weird is telling me that there might be like chickens involved in the next video. I don't know exactly. I don't know where it's coming from. It kind of just like something feels like it's talking to me and telling me that chickens might help me shoot flames in the next video. But anyway, let's get this video to 500 likes. I'll see you guys real soon, and so will the full send turbo Civic.